Good evening, guys. I hope you're doing good. So let's wait another 2 minutes maximum to see others are joining. So until others join, I have put a new question here. You can actually go to the classroom and fill those answers, please. All right. Thank you, everyone. So today we're gonna, you know, discuss about the things that we have learned last week, how you can use, you know, how you can get more marks in the Power BI service part in PL 300 exam. So as I mentioned, around like 15 to 20% of the exam will be based on the Power BI service. Comparatively, it's like the Power BI visualization part. Yes, it is a place that you can get marks easily. So let's see how your performance are, guys. So till I'll give you like 10 minutes from now. I'll just open a timer. Just try to answer those questions because these are the places that we can quickly answer in Power BI, right? These are all based on theory. There's not no much to be think of. So all are theory. So in comparative, like in DAX, you have to think a lot, but here it's not much of a thinking. So give it a try, guys. So please, so I'll open a timer, and once the timer is done, we can discuss the questions. So today we can actually finish the session quite little earlier as well. So yeah, let's see. Right. So guys, अभी सेशन में कंटिन्यू करूँ अनिता ने मेरे को just give me a second. So guys, did you guys respond to the particular question, Anubhava? I don't see any submission yet. Rango?
Last one.
Last two questions.
Okay. Just take few more minutes here, please. I'm rushing you guys to do this one, but don't worry, like in the exam, you will have plenty of time to do these things, okay? The reason I'm rushing you is like then, you know how to act quickly. You get around like 2 minutes for each question, so don't worry in the exam. Okay, let's discuss the questions now, guys. So these are the type of questions. These are all actually historical questions that you have got in PS300 exam. These are not questions that I have made. This is the format, and this is how we'll be getting the questions, right? So you can see compared to previous one, right? This is comparatively easy, right? Comparatively, these questions are very easy, right? So let's discuss one by one, right? So the first question that I have asked is, you have a collection of report for the HR department of your company, right? The data set use roller security. The company has multiple sales regions. Each sales region has a HR manager. You need to ensure that HR manager can interact with data from their region only. So this is very important part. They should have access to their own data only. Okay? The HR manager must prevent the change in the layout. So this is the next most important one, right? How should you provision access the report to the HR managers? Right? They have given multiple options. So before we go to the correct option, so let's discuss the wrong options, right? So second one, it says create a new workspace, copy data set and report, and add HR manager as members to the workspace. What is it saying? So we are creating a new workspace for HR reports, right? We add all those reports and the data sets and reports, and we are adding HR managers as members to the workspace. Remember, if you add someone as a member, they have privilege to change the layout, change the report or layout. They can do any changes if you have a member, right? So members is the second highest in the hierarchy of the workspace, right? First they have the admin, Next day goes members, contributors, and last one is viewers, right? So second one is not going to give you the answer, right? Publish the report to the different workspace other than the one hosting the dataset. So it says that, so we are creating a new workspace and the report, we are migrating those report to new, uh, we are creating a new workspace and we are migrating those report. Like you are creating a copy of the same report in another workspace. Then they will not have access to change the, change the data inside of there, but still they can, they will be able to see all the data. Because if you just copy them, just add them as a viewer or like a member or contributor, they will have access to all the data. So the next one also not going to work. Add HR managers as members. So at there, the question is wrong. Member means wrong, right? So the third one also not going to work, right? So the correct one we can do here is we have to add the report and create the workspace and create an, you can, this is actually optional. The creating the app is optional, but it's not wrong, right? So the best way to share a report with someone else is you create the report and you are creating an app based on those reports. So that's the best practice of creating, publishing a report. So it says that first we create an app and grant HR manager access permissions, right? So in this answer that they have given, in the app we have discussed last week, we can create audiences, right? So if you can remember, we have created audiences last time. So in the app, we have created audiences, right? So we can create audience called finance team. We can create as HR team. So when you create it like that, they will be able to get those relevant data on, right? So the answer for the first one is the first answer, right? So the next one is very comparatively easy. So I'm worried that why did you make this? Why did you give a wrong answer to this one? You need to provide a user with the ability to add members to workspace. The solution must use the principles of least privileges, right? So here I have given the wrong answer, guys. I think I have to change here a little bit. Okay, so the answer for this one is, so what he's saying, you need to provide a user with the ability to add members to workspace. You should be able to add members to workspace. The solution must be use the principle of least privileges, right? So here the answer should be a member. Member can add members, contributors, and viewers, right? So sorry about this one. So I have put a wrong answer here. So this one should be a member. So if you add as admin, so you are giving the highest privileges. If you add as admin, that means you are giving the highest privileges. So if you add as a viewer or a contributor, you cannot add other members. So the level of privileges that you're supposed to give here is as a member, right? So keep that one in mind, right? And suppose the second one is a member, right? And the next one, you are creating a dashboard by using the Power BI service. You have an existing report page that contains 3 charts. You need to add the chart to the dashboard while maintaining the interactivity between charts. What you should do, right? So this is something you'll usually get confused, right? So it is asking about how you can create you have to create a dashboard while creating the interactivity of charts, right? So it has given options like edit interaction with the report, set all interaction to the filters, pin each chart to the tile, edit the dashboard theme. Dashboard theme is from there it goes away the answer. So the answers that has most likelihood of getting the correct answer here is pin each chart as a tile and pin report page as a live tile. So here, guys, so the second option, you can actually give it as the correct answer if it is not saying that, if it is not saying this part, while maintain the interactivity between charts. So if you add some, if you pin a visual, if you pin a report visual to a dashboard, so it will show there, but the thing is the interactivity will goes away, right? So it's like this. So let's go to that particular one, right? Right. So we have this dashboard, right? So if I open the dashboard, so what is it saying is we have to we have to add a tile here, right? We have to add the tile here while it maintaining the what do you call that? While it maintaining the interactivity, right? So, earlier last time we discussed, like when you pin a visual, like for an example, okay, I'll add a pin a visual here. So if I go to this one, right? If I go to this one and I'll just go here, and if I pin this visual, right? I'm pinning this visual and I'm pinning this visual as well, right? I'm pinning this visual as well. I have pinned two visual in the same report, right? So if I go to the dashboard now, if I go to the dashboard, these are those two visuals, right? So if I go to the dashboard, if I click on one visual, the interactivity, it's not working. You can see, right? It just work as a navigator to the report page. It just take you there, right? Right. So schedule refresh has been disabled. That's why this answer with this error is coming, right? It's not a thing to worry about. So what you are supposed to do here? So what you can do here is in Power BI, when you are creating dashboard, there's an option called add the type, right? There's an option called add the type. So here, oh sorry, not from here. So here, can you see? If you go to the page, so it shouldn't be done on the dashboard. Sorry, my mistake. So if you come here to the page, you can see you can click on these three dots over here, and there's option called pin to a dashboard. So if you click on that one, it says so we can actually pin the entire report. See, I am pinning the entire report now. If I if I pin like this, so what happen is if I pin like this, so entire page will be. Can you see here? The entire page has been pinned, and also the interactivity also happens. See, interactivity happens. So this is what they want actually. So this is what we're supposed to do, right? So we have to pin the entire dashboard as a type, right? How you do it is you go to the page, you go to the report page, 11 page, and click on the three dots on the top, and here we have the option pin to the dashboard, right? From here you can do that one for answer for that question. So always think about this points, right? Special point that this is right here. For an example, least privileges, add members to workspace. These are the two things that you need to think a lot, right? This one and this one. For this one, you need to think about creating the interactivity between reports, charts, right? So that's how we do it, right? So next one is you have a Power BI report hosted on powerbi.com that display expense by department for department managers. The report contains line chart that show expense by month. You need to enable users to choose between viewing as a report, as a line chart or a column chart. The solution must be minimize the development and maintenance effort, right? So the answer given here, that this answer is not wrong actually. Add a column chart, add a bookmark like this, you can actually you can add multiple visuals and you can create bookmarks and buttons or bookmarks buttons, and you can give the option for users to select between those visuals. Uh, that's a correct answer. But the thing here is, so always the see on those keywords, guys, must minimize the development effort, right? Must minimize the development effort. So if you can remember last time I told you in Power BI, there's option. You can go to file, you can go to options and settings. So before you publish, you have to do this. You have to go to options. So on the bottom of this report, we have something called report setting, right? We have something called report setting, and here there's something called personalized visual. Allow report readers to personalize visuals to suit their need. So if you turn on this one, this is something I think I told you last time as well. This is something that I don't recommend to do. Right? This is not something that I don't recommend to do this one, because you will see chaos in your reports if you do this one, right? But if you allow this one, so I hope you can remember last time we did this, the users will be able to change the visuals as per their needs, right? If you want to see a sample, I'll quickly show you. Okay, let's see this one. Okay. So if I go to file, if I go to options and settings on this one, options, and I go to report setting, and I turn on personalized visual. I click on OK, and I publish this one. Okay, now if we go to workspace, our workspace, okay, I'm going to my workspace. So we have this new report. So in this new report, before we publish, we have done a change there, right? Now see if I select this visual, right? Can you see on the top of this visual there's a small icon, right? So in other, if you go to this one, you will not see that icon, right? So here you can see it does not have that icon. Before the focus mode, there was an icon, right? Now, but here you can see that. Here you can see that icon. So if you click on that icon, see, you will be able to change this one. So if you don't like the clusters bar chart, you can actually change it to a panel chart. You can change it to a pie chart. It's up to you to change, right? So like this, you can actually change the way you want to see the data. The users will be able to change the data with minimum effort, right? So this is the answer. What's the answer for this one? So answer for this one is going to be this one. Enable report reader to personalize issue, right? So this one is the answer for that particular question, right? So it has given some other options as well. Create separate page here that can be done like that you can do, but minimum effort is this one. You just enable that one and the users will have all the abilities to change, though even they can change data here, right? So see, if they want to change the data, so this is by district name now. So if they want to see by, let's say, candidate name, see, they have that ability to change it. So like that, you can even change anything. So that's the benefit of having this personal issue. So, but when someone else open this one, they will not have that, right? You can actually reset those visuals again back to the standard way as well. But even if you open it again, it will be just like the standard way, right? So that's the answer for that question. So next one, you have two Power BI report, name report A and report B, that each use a distinct color pattern. You are creating a Power BI dashboard that will include two visuals from each report, right? So we have two reports. Each report has a specific color pattern. Yes. Each report has a specific color palette, right? And you are creating a dashboard based on those two reports. So you are going to pin two visuals. Sorry guys, the temperature is -30 today, right? So creating a Power BI dashboard, and from each report, you need to use a consistent dark theme for the dashboard. The solution must be preserve the original color of the report. So what's it saying? You should create a dark theme dashboard, but it should not change anything in the report, right? What you should do. So what you're supposed to do, right? So here, what you need to do is, you have actually two answers here, right? So we have to, what we need to supposed to do is like this, right? So I'll show you an example. So I'm going to pin this visual. So you can see it's this white color theme, right? I'm going to pin this one. Let's create a new one. I'm going to say dark theme, right? So I'm going to pin to a new dashboard, and let's open another visual as well. So let's say this one. I'm going to pin this one, right? To dark theme, right? So if you go to the dashboard now, you can see it's showing this white color, right? But you can change this to a dark theme, right? What you're supposed to do is you have to go to edit, you have to go to dashboard theme. From here, you have like four options: light, dark, color blind, and custom. From here, and even you can actually customize these things. Like last time I told you, I think when we are discussing on the Power Visual, I told you that we can use a JSON theme, right? If you select dark theme, you can see it changes. Right? The dashboard changes, but it will not do any changes for our original report. So this is what we are supposed to do. Okay. Right. Okay. So there are two answers for this one, guys. So I have put only one. So two answers for this question is this one, and this one both. Okay. Both has to be. I think I have already added that. Right. That's the answer for that one. So let's go to the next one. So here it says you have a Power BI workspace named inventory that contain a data set, a report, and a dashboard, right? So we have one workspace called inventory. It has three things: a dashboard, a report, and a data set. You need to add an additional tile to the dashboard, right? This is very important. You have to add an additional tile. The tile must show inventory by location. This is not visualized in the report. So there's no any visual called inventory by location. The solution must minimize the impact on the report, right? What you are supposed to do now, right? What you're supposed to do. Let's see what you're supposed to do. So how you have to create a new visual, but that visual is not available in the report, right? So what you're supposed to do here is, guys, you go to your workspace, you go to your dashboard, right? So here, can you see there's this question, Q&A. You can actually ask question about your data. See, you can ask questions about your data. So so whenever you pin a visual, that semantic model or the data set will be connected to this dashboard, right? You can actually ask questions about your data now. So let's say, so this error is because of schedule refresh. The schedule refresh has been disabled, right? Not a significant error, as I mentioned earlier. So let's say you want to ask the total profit by fiscal year. Right? You want to say in donut. So we don't have this visual now, right? We don't have this visual, right? So if you like this visual, you can actually use it. So you can actually click on this pin icon over here. Let's use the same one. Total profit by fiscal year. In donut, right? You do it, and here can you see there's this icon called pin visual. So if you pin this, right? Now we don't have this visual in our reports, but it's available in the dashboard. So that's how you, if you want to add a visual like this, which is not available in the theme, so in the report, this is the way to do that. So the answer for this question is, you first ask the question using the Q&A feature in dashboard, right? And after that, you can actually pin that relevant, the visual that has been generated by Q&A can be pinned into the dashboard. So the answer for this one is this, right? So that's how you do when you don't have visual in the report. That's the way to do that, right? So the next one is very important. You have a Power BI report that display IoT. What's meaning by IoT? Anupama? Elango? What's IoT? Anyone? IoT means Internet of Things, guys, right? So IoT, we have a lot of IoT devices now. So recently I have seen in Philips, yeah, Internet of Things, right? That means like the device is generating data. Devices are generating data, right? So recently I have seen that in Philips they have a IoT virtual machine. So I have seen an ad, bit expensive, but this one is very interesting, guys, right? So they have this washing machine. Sorry, this one. Can find it. Yeah, this is the should be one. You can find it should be put on the correct name, I believe. So they have this washing machine in Philips, right? So what they do is like it's gonna read when you add, let's say when you add the fabric and when you add detergent and softeners, right? What it does is it's gonna see what kind of fabric that you have put inside the washing machine, and it will change the washing cycle. It will change, like decide how the washing has to be happened, right? And the data will be streamed to you through your phone, right? And even now, like I recently purchased a vacuum cleaner, right? A robo vacuum cleaner I have recently purchased. So in that one, actually, it actually scan the house, like when you do the vacuuming, right? It's very interesting one actually. So when you do the vacuuming, it's actually scan the house and find out the places where if you have a carpet, the places where you have a carpet, where are the most maybe like wet, like for an example, like in the kitchen or in the bathroom, you have like a lot of wet things, right? It's big wet compared to other places. It detect all those things, and it even stream to your phone as well. Like, so this is the place most obstacle has happens like that. So Internet of Things is a thing that you guys all, if you are a data nerd, you should always look into those things actually, right? So the question here is, so you have to you build a Power BI report that display IoT temperature. Internet of Things, like you're using that, it's temperature data is streaming, right? So there's a refrigerator. The temperature data is been streaming always. So you publish this report to Power BI service, and you need to be notified when the temperature rise above the degree Celsius, right? So you have to create an alert here, right? You have to create an alert here. If you can remember, I told you like there's option that you can create alerts, right? So there are multiple options that has been given, right? So there are multiple options that has been. First thing is called set an alert on KPI visual. So unfortunately, guys, in KPI visuals, we cannot create alerts, right? We have this visual called KPI visual. In KPI visual, so this is something to be remembered, right? We haven't discussed this one. And when you add a KPI visual, this one, in KPI visuals, you cannot create alerts, right? In KPI visual, you cannot create alerts, right? You can put a trend here, right? And you can actually put a target also. Let's just put this on like this, and you'll be able to create these alerts, right? So you can create the KPI visual like this. But the thing here is, in KPI visual, you cannot create alerts. So the second option is called pin a visual to a dashboard and create a subscription. Subscription is a whole other thing. It's not an alert. You are getting a snapshot of your data. That's what happened in this subscriptions, right? Pin a card visual to a dashboard and set an alert on the type. So this is what you can do. You can actually pin your visual to a dashboard. It's not necessarily be to pin to a visual. You can pin your visual, and here you have something called manage alert. That you can create now manage alert, and you can set how your alert is supposed to be, right? You can set this alert, right? For an example, let's say I'm setting alert for my total sales, right? So let's say I have a target for each day, right? Each day, if my sales are below, right? my rules are below, right? You can actually, so here what happened is it is showing you like compared to like average temperature. So whether it has a whether it has a compared to average on the entire time, if it is like below it, you can create an alert here, right? It means like below, right? If it is below, you can save this one and it will show you an alert, right? So this is one way you can set an alert, right? There's another way you can set alert as well, but that option is not being given to us, right? So there's another way of creating alert. The alert creating way is you can actually pin in the report level as well, right? If you go to the report level, so on the report level, the options are much higher than compared to the dashboard level, right? So if I go to this one, let's say I'm going to this one. Okay, so this one, let's say, so here also you can create alerts, right? So to create alerts, you can click on this set alert icon over here, right? So this is comparatively much more advanced than doing that on dashboard level, right? So for an example here, you can actually set how it should looks like when it is change or when it become like, if you, let's say if it is less than, it is less than, let's say the target is, let's say we are giving for daily target, we are given 15,000, let's say 15,000 is right. So if you set this one, so you'll be getting a notification. You can actually add people. Like one example, if I add Anupama, you can set the people who are supposed to get the notification. And if you click on apply, they will get those notifications. So there are two ways you can set alerts. So comparatively, the report level, it's much more advanced, but the report level is not given to us. So the answer for this one is, so you have to select the one on the dashboard, right? So the next one, right? You have a Power BI report named report 1 and a dashboard named dashboard 1. Report 1 contain a line chart named sales by month. So we have a report and the dashboard has been created based on that one, right? So in the there's a in the report there's a line chart named sales by month. You pin those sales by month visual to dashboard. So you have this line chart and you have pinned it to the dashboard already. In the report one, you change the sales by month visual to a bar chart. You need to ensure the bar chart is displayed on the dashboard one. So here guys, if you made any changes to your report, right, you have to manually pin it again. It will not automatically come, right? You need to manually pin it again, right? So even though like if you just let it be like that, it will not come. So you have to again pin that bar chart again to the dashboard, right? Even though if you refresh it, it will not come. So just keep it on mind that one. So if you made a changes, if you already create a dashboard and if you made a changes, you have to pin it again. It will not automatically come. So the answer for this one is second one. Okay. So this is very interesting. So we have discussed on this one, but we haven't actually we don't have option to show this one, right? I told you like we can actually create, we have discussed on creating endorsements, right? We discussed about creating endorsement last time, right? In the Power BI, you can actually endorse a visual, endorse a data set, a report, right? Right? If you can remember, we have created this endorsement. Last time we made it as promoted, right? So you can create endorsement. And also there's something called sensitivity. Sensitivity, so do this one guys, we're gonna need premium license to do this one. So sensitivity means, so sensitive means you can set how sensitive your data is, how critical your data it is. Like let's say if you have confidential data, you might have a public data. You might have maybe like a data like which is supposed to be shown to only a group of people, right? You can actually add sensitivity labels, right? To your reports, right? So here the question is saying that you have a report that financial data are exported to PDF file. You need to ensure the report are encrypted, right? So if you add the sensitive label of confidential, right? If you add the confidential uh, as a sensitive label, then you will not be able to decrypt those reports, right? So that's the bottom line here, right? So when you have like critical data, if the data is needed to be encrypted, you have to use the sensitive label. So the answer, this answer that Anupama has given is not wrong, but it is not for the Power BI ecosystem, right? So role secretary does not do anything about encryption, and data set certification is a hypothetical thing, right? So the answer for this one is this one, which is called sensitive labels. We have to add a sensitive label. So unfortunately, we can't show it because of this my license type we have. So that's how you're supposed to do it, right? Okay, this is also a nice one. You have a Power BI workspace that contain a dashboard, report, and a data set, report, and a dashboard, right? You need all users to be able to tag workplace administrator if they identify an issue with the dashboard. The solution must ensure the other users see the issue was raised. What you should do? This is very easy one. I told you that last time also. You can actually create a comment loop, right? If you got an issue of a visual, you can create a comment loop, right? Okay, for this answer, for an example, this one, you can come here and you can create a comment loop. Last time I have created this comment, right? So you can see I have created a comment for the date actually, right? If the manager want to pin, let's say there's a sales director, he need to add the comment on the sales manager's performance. He can come here and do it, right? Similar way. So the question here is, if there's an issue with the data, or if there's an issue with the visual or the dashboard, they should be able to pin the workspace administrator. Workspace administrator means the Power BI developer. Apparently, this is the hypothetical developer, right? So, and others also should be able to see this concern has been raised. So, the answer here is you have to use a comment, right? So, if you chat in Teams, answer the question will be raised, but others will not be able to see. Alert and subscription do a whole other purpose. So, the answer for this one is we have to use comments to do this one, right? You have a Power BI workspace that contains several reports. You need to provide user with the ability to create dashboard that will use the visuals from the reports. What you should do, right? What you should do. So here you have Power BI workspace that contains several reports. So this is one important thing. Contains several reports. You need to provide a user with the ability to. There's a one user. Let's say we have created a report, and I need to provide Elango the ability to create dashboard that will use the visual from the report. So remember, there are four levels of four level of privileges in the Power BI workspaces: admin, member, contributor, and the viewer. So viewer is something that you cannot do anything, right? You just see the dashboard. So viewer answer, you can disregard that one. And the question is raised between contributor and the member, right? So contributor can refresh dashboard. He can do changes to the dashboard. He can refresh report. He can do changes to reports that he was published. Remember, imagine that I have given access to Elango and I have given access to Anupama as well. For Elango, I have given member access, and Anupama, I have given contribute access. So Anupama has created the HR report, let's say attrition report. He has created attrition report. Right? So in this particular workspace, there are 5 reports. Right? There are particular workspace. There are 5 reports. So if Anupam want to create a dashboard, he can pin only visual that he created. He will be able to pin only the visual that he created on the attrition dashboard only. But I have added Elango as a member. So member has higher privileges than a contributor. So member has access to all the reports. Right? All the report he has access. So the answer for this one is you have to add the user as a member. Right? Add the user as the member. So a question about members, viewers, admin, contributors is a must, right? It's a must. So try to somewhere now. It's a must. You will definitely get a question on that one, right? Right. You have 4 sales region. Each region has a multiple sales managers, you implement all your security in the data model, right? You remember, you can go to the data model, the dashboard level, and you can come to modeling, manage role, and from here you can create roles, right? You have created 2 roles now, right? You assign relevant mail enable security group, and here you enable security in the data model, and you assign relevant mail enable security group for each role, right? You have created a, a mail group, mail security group for that one. You have a sales report that enable analysis by region. The sales managers can view the sales record by their region. So sales managers are prevented from viewing record from other regions. The sales manager changes to different one sales manager. Let's say a sales manager has been changed to a different region. You need to ensure that the sales manager can see the correct sales data. What you should do. So imagine there's this company. This company we have a sales report. In this sales report we have, like, let's say this company has, let's say, 3 branches, one in Jaffna, one in Colombo, one in Kandy, right? So let's say in the Colombo, there are 5 sales managers. Kandy, there's 5 sales managers. Jaffna, there's 5 sales managers. One sales manager in Kandy, he has been transferred to Colombo, right? So now what you should do, right? So here in the first, it says you have assigned a relevant mail enabled security group. So you have created a security group, right? You can actually set a active directory, right? In Microsoft, you can, like, you can create a mail groups, right? You have created a mail group. You haven't add manually one by one. You haven't add those people manually one by one. There's a way that you can, if you want to, let's say, here for an example, right? For an example, if you want to set security settings, data security settings, right? You can actually do it like this, right? You can come here, you can go to security, and from here you can actually add those people one by one. Like this, you can add people, right? But here the solution is not like that. You have created one security group, one mail group, right? You have created one mail group, right? For an example like this one, I have created one security one group called Power BI test. So this has multiple people. This is active directory group, right? So what we are supposed to do now? We are not supposed to do anything now, guys. It's not this is not relevant to us anymore. So usually, how you create this the active directory group is, you are not the person who are doing it. You have to convey that to the 365 admin, your office admin. The IT admin has to be doing that one, right? So you have to raise this concern that you should not do ideally, but in this case, you have to raise this concern to IT manager that the sales manager has been transferred from Kandi to Colombo. So you have to change this active directory. You have to remove from the Kandi active directory, and you have to add him to Colombo active directory. Then he will be able to view those data, right? Ideally, in a company, guys, this is not the correct way to add people. I mean, this is the correct way to add people. You should not do like this. You should not add people like this, right? Imagine, like, there's a company, there's a one branch, it has, let's say, 1,000 people. Then are you supposed to add all those 1,000 people here? No, should not be doing like that, right? You should add those people to Active Directory, and you are given access to the Active Directory only, right? Always be smart when you're working with Power BI, right? So always try to focus on the development, not to focus on the management side. So management side has to be pushed to someone else. You should not be taking care of that one, right? Always be smart, right? But what happens is, when you do like this, when there's an issue, you can just say, just raise a IT concern, IT request that you have been changed, add me to the next Active Directory. That's what you have to say. You don't need to come and do all these things, right? So that's the way. Usually, like, when you hand over reports, you have to tell all those things, right? So usually, like, when you create a Power BI report, before you hand over that one, so have a meeting, have a sign off from them, and let them know all these things, right? Then they will not disturb you, right? Because I'm telling you these things with my experiences. Like, I have been doing this for quite some time. So in my previous years, like, I used to do all the things, and you will always get blamed that you are not doing development. You are doing the management task only, right? Because you don't have time to do developments, right? So I remember, like, I'm not going to say the name of the company. I was working in one company in Colombo, and at that time, in the working time, like if I go in 9 a.m. in the morning to 5 a.m., 5 p.m. in the evening, during that time, I don't have time to do development, guys. I have to go back home, and sometimes I'm staying awake until like 1 a.m., 2 a.m. in the morning because I have to do the development in night because I don't have time to do in the daytime because I'm just checking all the issues in the reports and previous report and all these management tasks. And that was a kind of a headache for me those times. So that's how I learned these things. So always be smart, right? Don't want you guys to suffer like that. So answer for this one is like this. You have to request the sales manager to be added to the correct Asha activity group. Then he will have the bunch. Okay, this one. You have 100 published dataset. 10 of those were verified to meet your corporate quality standard. You need to ensure 10 verified dataset appear to be on the top of the list published dataset whenever the user search for existing dataset. What you should do, right? What you should do. We can actually so here guys, so answer for this one. So here we have this option called promote the dataset. So this is like these labels, like not the sensitive labels, there's endorsements actually, that you can give endorsements, right? So in endorsement guys, you can actually you have two options, like you can promote, you can also certify, right? So promote means you can just let the one data set to be popped on the top, right? That's correct. You know, that will also will show like for an example, if I go to like the previous case, like if I go to now browse here, guys, if I go to home, if I go to just go to home, you can see that endorsement dataset will be comes to the top, right? So we have this promoted one. Promoted is good, but here the answer should be certified. This is like not Power BI thing. This is something that you have to think of actually, right? It says the data has been verified by someone. That means data has been certified by someone, right? So answer for this one should be certified. I'm not saying the answer the promoter is wrong, but better thing to do here is put it as certified. Right? So this is what the Power BI standard is, right? So the answer should be here, should be certified. So someone from somewhere has been certified this data is correct. So that's what you're supposed to do. Right? So as I mentioned, I'm telling you again, promoting also will show those 20 items on the top, but better thing to do here is not putting as promote, putting it as certified. Right. Okay. You are creating a dashboard using the Power BI service. The dashboard contains a card visual that show total sales from the current year. You grant users access to dashboard by using Viewer role in the workspace. The user want to receive daily notification of the number shown in the card visual. What you need to automate this notification, what you should do? Simple, right? So you have to create a subscription. So if you create a subscription, you can get the snapshot of your dashboard every day on a given time, right? It's easy. So what you have to do is, if you have a visual, if you have a report, right? For an example, this one, you need to get the snapshot of this report. So you have to go to subscription over here, subscribe over here, right? And you can set the subscription, right? What you need to do is click on your subscription. You can set the put a name for the subscription. You can put all the people who are needed to get added, right? You can add those people like this, and after that, you can actually add it as the add the pull report as a PDF or PowerPoint as well. But unfortunately, you can see it says that you need to upgrade to premium to do this one. I just have the pro license here, and you can set when this has to be happen. I'm just putting 2 days only, and you can put the time 8 a.m. 8:45, and you can set the time zone, Sri Lankan time zone. And if you click on if you click on save, it will do. And here you can put the email subject as well. You can put whatever the page you want to show. You just delete the old one. Oh yeah, these people does not have access, that's why. There's the mail group, I just removed it. So now if you click on save, and every day at this time, you will get that notification. Automation, kind of automation actually. So that's how you do this question, right? You create a subscription, then you can automate those notifications. So this is very important. You have 5 reports and 2 dashboard. You have in a workspace, you have 5 reports and 2 dashboard. You need to grant all organization users to read access to 1 dashboard and 3 reports. 1 dashboard and 3 reports. Remember, there are 5 reports and 2 dashboard. You have to give only 1 dashboard and 3 reports access only for all the users. You publish an app to entire organization with set reports and dashboard. Does this meet the goal? So we have discussed this one. When you're creating audiences, right, in the app, when you're creating audiences in the app, we have option, we have option, right? We have option to give it to entire organization, right? We have option to give it to entire organization, right? So if I click a new audience, in the new audience, I'm showing you the report one only. Okay, so I have to create a little setting over here to do this one. So you don't need to do this one, right? This has to be done by the 365 admin. Oh yeah. So okay. So let's see now. Okay, for some reason it's still not coming, guys. So what you have to do here is basically you have to select those visuals that you are supposed to show, right? So you can actually add those contents, right? So if you want to say this, let's say I'm putting we have all these things like you can see, we have 3 dashboards, 3 reports and 2 dashboards, right? If you add these things, what you have to do is you have to come to audience and you can create a new audience. Let's say I can change this as entire organization or all employees, right? And what you have to do is you have to set hide or show the whatever the report that you need to show. Let's say for an example, I want to show the dark theme and the report number 1, right? And from here, you can actually decide, click on the enable organization. For some reason, this is stuck on me. I have to do this on not in the office admin part. I have to do this on the admin part on the over here. But that can be done, right? That can be done. So only thing is we have to set up a setting over here. Yeah, you need to check on that one. Over here, Session Explorer completed. Yeah, but can be done, right? So I just need to check on that one, guys. That is possible, right? That is possible to do and set all those things. So about this active directories, guys, this is how we do this one, right? I told you like we can create active directory and you can keep on adding people like this, right? This has to be done on the Office 365 Admin Center. Usually this is not usually the Power BI admin will not get access to these things, right? Because I have the access to this one I'm showing you. So the IT manager will be able to do those things. Yeah, sorry about that. I cannot show you, but the option is that actually you can actually do this using an app and give the entire organization access to those set report and dashboard. And we got another one, same question in another way. So we got the same question. You need to grant organization users read access to one dashboard and three reports. Solution you enable include app for all asset. So this is not correct, guys. If you include all the asset in the app, so what happen is that means like when you're creating them, you are not hiding anything, right? You are just giving all the accesses. So if you keep it all the asset enable, then you don't have that restrictions, right? You have to add those restrictions as well. So if you do it like that, it will not serve the purpose, right? So your purpose is they should be able to read all these things on only the relevant thing only. So it will share with the organization, but it will not hide those things that is needed to be hidden, right? So this is not the correct answer. I mean, answer for this one is no. Same question again. You need to grant all organization report. What you need to do is you assign all the users to viewer role in the workspace. So this is not also gonna solve your problem, right? So if you give the viewer access, they will able to see all the things, all these 5 reports and all these 3 dashboard. They will be able to see all these things, right? 5 reports and 2 dashboard. They will see all these 7 things. So if you give viewer access, they will see, but it will not serve the purpose. So this is also wrong. Uh, One thing, guys, you will definitely get these questions in the exam, right? There are 4 questions, the same questions. One of these questions will come in the exam. These are some historical questions. One of these questions will come in the exam, right? So now I have another mark for you. Okay, so I have the same one on the bottom again. So I have messed up this the way it's supposed to be. So guys, let's see the next question. It's next option. Next option is you create an Azure Active Directory group that contain all the users, right? You share each report and one dashboard to the group. And what is it saying? So you create an Azure Active Directory, right? You will create an Azure Active Directory. Usually you will get that Azure Active Directory. Like if you want to share with the entire company, you actually don't need to create it. It's almost already there. Like if you see something like this, you can see this whole company. So that means if you send an email to this whole company, this mail group, usually you will get everyone in the organization will get that, right? So what it is saying is you create an Azure Active Directory that contain all the users. You share each selected report to the one dashboard to the group, right? So for this one, what you do is you are sharing manually. You are sharing it manually. Manually means like all these 3 reports and all these you come here and you share it, right? This. I just copy it. Mhm. Okay, for some reason again I have to set up something, guys. So this is something that is supposed to be done by the IT admin. But when you add this like this, it should usually you can able to send this, right? When you do it like manually one by one, all these three reports and two dashboard, then also you can get the same result. You have to create a one Azure directory like this, and you can share it like manually. Then also they will be able to see those dashboards, right? So that's the next option. So two correct, two wrongs, right? And the last thing that we are discussing today is from Power BI Desktop, you publish a new dataset and report to a Power BI workspace, right? And the dataset has a role of security name HR. You need to ensure the HR members have RLS applied when they view the report to the dashboard, right? So what you need to do, so how you add those people? So we have already discussed that one. So you go to Power BI, first you have to create all those security. It says already it's been created, right? So what you have to do is once you publish it, right? You have already published that one as well. And you go to click on these three dots. Sorry, you click on three dots and you go to security. And from there, you just keep on adding those people. So here we have something called New York. So if you have something called HR, you just keep on adding those people and click on save. And they will have those privileges to see those dashboard, right? So the answer for this one is this one, right? PowerBI.com. You go to PowerBI.com, add users to HR role to the data set, right? So this is what you are supposed to do, right? So basically, like this is the type of question that you will get it on the Power BI service. Comparatively, you can see like they're quite easy, like comparatively easy. And two question will definitely come about the privileges of the workspace, admin member, contributor, and viewer, and also about this. One of these four question will come to the exam. Right? This is a must come in question. Will definitely come. Right? So this is how it's going to be, guys. Right? So today, as I mentioned, we can finish a little bit early, right? And for the next week, guys, for the next week, I want you to have one-to-one session with everyone, right? So tomorrow, next week, my entire week, I'll be free on the next week. So you can actually contact me, I think after your time, like after like 3:30 in your time, you can contact me, right? After 3:30 p.m. in your time, you can contact me anytime and just send me your free time slots, right? One by one, just everyone please send me your free time slots. Then I can set up a time and we can if you want some help to set up the exam, we can do it, right? So what I can recommend you guys is like set up the exam as soon as possible, right? And this week also, right? Even though the live session will be finished, but there will be some more questionnaires will be coming to the questionnaire and there are some document that I have made. So I'll be publishing that onto the Google Classroom and some tricks that you can use during the exam, right? So just make sure you go through those things as well. And when you go through the exam, just one thing to make sure, like I hope you all of you have a passport, right? If you don't have a passport, you're gonna need a passport, guys, because the driving license or the ID card will not be accepted in the PL300 exam, right? So have your passport ready and make sure you come to a room where there's no any disturbance. Like just come to a clean room, clean in the sense like make sure there's no disturbance around, right? So just go to a good room and go when you pick up the table, make sure there's nothing in the table, right? Everything on the table should not be anything in the table except for your laptop. And you can use a mouse if you want, except for your laptop mouse. And you can keep your passport with you. We cannot even keep a pen with you, right? So we cannot even keep a pen with you. And when you set up the table in the room, make sure that you set up the table in the middle of the room, not on the side of the room, because they will ask you to take photos all around the table, right? From the left, front, back, left and right, they will ask you to take photos. But because if you put it to put it to edge of a maybe edge of the room somewhere, then you have to drag all the things back. And if you have connected power lines and all, it will take some time for you. They will give you time, like if let's say if you log in, because the exam will be given for 2 hours and you have to like 10 minutes earlier, 15 minutes earlier. And once a examiner, we call it proctors, right? So in there they call proctors. So when a proctor come, they will ask you to put all, I mean, take all those photos and all. Like if you take some time to take the photos, like they will give you some additional time. So in the exam to complete. So nothing to be worried. The thing is like if you do all the things, like you might get confused in the midway and it's not good, right? So keep all the things ready, as I mentioned. Don't keep any other things. Don't try to cheat, right? So in the exam, if you get cheated, you will be banned for the lifetime, right? If you try to keep a phone or something, so you will be get banned for the lifetime. You will never be able to do it, and because they are taking your passport details, and you cannot. If you have a two passport, then good. If not, you have to. You will not be able to do it, right? So that's how it's supposed to be. And apart from that one, so exam is quite easy. Don't get too much pressure on the exam, right? Because you can do it. I'm sure like all of you will be able to do it, right? But before you do that one, let's have another personal sessions. Like at least I would like to have at least like 1 hour with each one, 1 hour, 2 hour, it doesn't matter. At least 1 hour with each and every one of you. Uh, really focus on the exam, right? I know like we sometimes we guys are chatting like we discuss on personal things a lot, but let's have like a 2 hour dedicated time for each one, for each and every one. Then we can discuss on the areas that we have to improve and all those things, right? So the thing is, I have created some personalized questionnaires for most of you guys. So I have seen like there are some students that might need some support in some areas. That's why I have created some personal for some persons only. So we can discuss all those things, how to do those things, right? Okay. So any questions, guys, before we end up the session today? Elangu, Nairu, Rupama, Ranga. And the other thing is, guys who are watching videos, please contact me, right? So I think there are around like 6, 7 guys who look only videos, right? Please contact me because I have seen like most of you haven't done most of the questionnaire. So please contact me once you view these videos. Yeah, let me try to say something.
No, nothing. You ask any
Okay.
questions?
Okay, perfect. So just send me your pre-times, guys. So let's have this session, one-to-one session. It's just consider it as another session, but only personalized for you because there are some things that I cannot say the publicly that I need to say to you. It should be better to say it in one-to-one. So let's have those sessions and let's pass this exam, right? And we are starting another PL300 exam on PL300 session on next month. If you guys want to come, so that one you will be having like pre-eligible to come if you want, right? But I recommend you to not to come and try to do this one because I'm confident of what you guys, right? If you want, you will be able to come back to that one as well, right? So yeah, that's about it, guys. So let's do this, and within next week, I want all of you to, as schedule your exams. Let's schedule those exams. Don't worry during that session. Let's spend like 20 minutes to schedule the exam. So keep a credit card ready because we need to put all those details, credit card details, and yeah, right. About that, guys. Anything else, guys? Anupama, all good? Lairu?
Hello. Yes,
Asanka,
all good.
Yes, Lairu.
Asanka, so small question. When we register for the exam, so can I
Okay.
know, so normally how long it will be take to hold the exam?
You mean exam duration time? Or after
Ye-
you, if
uh,
you register today, or how much time they will give the something like that, or like time for the exam?
yeah. Some, no, some when we register for the exam, normally it will take 1 week or 2 week, or
Oh no,
it
it's
will
up to you to
possible
decide,
to.
Lairu. You can decide it. If you based on the
Uh,
field slot, you can decide it. You can decide
okay,
all these things because I can remember like
uh,
the first time I mean in 2021 when I was doing the PL300 exam, I scheduled my exam in 2 a.m. in the morning, like because you can schedule at that time as well, right? It's up to you. You can decide what time. If you are confident to
uh,
do it in 1 week, you can do it in 1 week as well. But just keep it like at least 3 weeks. So for you guys ready, just go through this once again. and yeah, then you can do it.
Normally, normally it's will be held in a weekdays or 7 days available, or so some specific
Usually
days they are there.
7 days might be fully booked, Lahiru. Usually like 7 days time
Ah,
slots might be fully booked usually, but sometimes you will have within 7 days as well. Usually like within 2 weeks, 3 weeks, there are a lot of slots available you can select.
okay. Thanks
It's
a
like
lot.
you selecting like just like you like booking the plane tickets, you can pick the seats if it is available only. If the window seats are occupied, you don't have window seat like you can, it's like picking the time so that you like.
Okay, thanks, Hasan.
Thank you, Lahiru. Eranda, all good?
Yes, I have a small question. Don't have a passport yet. I have to create one, right?
Yes, you need to create one, Eranda. Passport is the only one they will accept because
All
last
right.
time, as per my understanding, like I mean, knowledge, they are not accepting any other document except for passports. I mean, like if you're in a foreign country, you're in Sri Lanka, right? If you're in a foreign country, if you have
Sri
like a
Lanka.
PR, yeah, if you have a PR card or like something like they will accept, but passport is the one that they. How is the passport queue in Sri Lanka? Is it less? It's still worse.
Yeah,
Still worse.
I will create.
Yeah, please get it done, and because we
Sure,
can.
sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Okay, guys. So thank you very much, and have a good time. And make sure that you send your free slide shot to me, please. I'll put a message again, and let's have one-to-one session with each and everyone. Right. Within next week, let's try to finish it, and within next week, let's try to schedule those exam. And yeah, for Iranda, let's see. As soon as you get the passport, let's schedule the exam. And until that, let's try to discuss all the things that we have to do. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Right. Thank you, everyone. And thank you for being patient because I have to cancel, like I think 3 times I had to cancel because of my personal issues and for the Sri Lanka that disaster that we had last time. And thank you for being so much patient, right? And thank you for being so much cooperative. And yeah, so wish you all the best in the exam. Let's discuss personally. And yeah, until then, goodbye, guys.
Thank you, Shankar.
Thank you.
Goodbye, Sankar. Thank you very much for your support.
Thank you. Thank you, Lahiru. Thank you.